Welcome into Saints Now. I am Will Scott. It is almost game time between the Falcons and the Saints, so certainly a lot of news to discuss on the Saints front, and we begin with this coming in from Apex Sports Group earlier this afternoon. A happy day in New Orleans. Client Erik McCoy has agreed to terms on a long-term contract extension to remain a Saint. Congrats, Erik McCoy. Here are the details of that contract extension. He signed a 5-year, $63.75 million contract. He's going to make roughly $12.75 million per year. He's now the third highest paid center in the NFL, behind Frank Ragnow of Detroit and Tampa Bay's Ryan Jensen. Here were the stats from last year. Overall grade, just above a 63. Run grade, 69.2. Pass grade, 66.4. But here's the big one. Sacks, 0. He did not give up a single sack last season. And this is why you should subscribe, because when Saints news goes down, we're going to get you guys a video ASAP. Regardless of where me and Trace Gerard are at, we're going to get you guys a video. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button. So certainly want to congratulate McCoy. He was selected in the second round of the 2019 NFL Draft out of Texas A&M. 48 overall. He's been one of the best centers in the league. Now he gets paid like it, and he will make over $40 million in guarantees. So it was important for the Saints to lock him up before this season. They did, and every penny in this contract has certainly been earned. He has been an incredibly consistent member of that Saints offensive line. He's really been an anchor, and especially with Teron Armstead gone, you want to lock up some of these younger guys. He's one of those guys you wanted to get locked up. And because he's only 25, and because this is a 5-year deal, he's now set up to get another big contract, maybe 4 or 5 years from now. So it's a win-win situation, I think, for both sides. But this is certainly part of the reason that CD was traded, right? They did not feel comfortable paying CD what he felt like he was worth. They wanted to kind of spread money around a little bit. So it's very possible that this was a reason that C.J. Gardner-Johnson was traded, but certainly a great move by the front office here after I questioned maybe a few of the moves they've made recently. I don't question this one. This was the right move to pay McCoy, because if you didn't pay him, someone else would have in free agency. Are you happy for Erik McCoy? Type 78 if so down in the comments section. Go down, chime in as we bring in producer Trizzy Trace. Trizzy, how's it going, man? Are you happy for Erik McCoy?
Man, I'm really pumped about this contract for Erik McCoy because, like we've said, Erik McCoy has had a phenomenal year last year, 63.6 overall PFF grade, just under a 70 overall pass blocking grade, 0 sacks allowed. That's pretty impressive, and especially when you don't have a backup center on the roster right now or on the depth chart. You really got to lock down your center position. The center, I was a center back in my day when I was playing football.
And your dad's a ref.
Yeah, and my dad is a ref for football. These are facts. But the center, I've always found, and maybe I'm a little biased on this, but I've always found the center is the heart and soul and the anchor of your offensive line. And so I kind of look back to the Jimmy Graham trade years back when we traded Jimmy Graham to the Seahawks for Max Unger and among other things for the center, because we wanted to have a better anchor at that offensive line or on the offensive line than what we had at the time. And so I really like this move for Erik McCoy. The guy's a baller. The guy's a beast. He's a menace in the trenches. He is a bully, quite frankly. And when you are part of the reason that Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas this year, because he didn't play last year, but when Jameis Winston and some of your quarterbacks, Taysom Hill, all these guys can be successful, there's no reason that they shouldn't be paid for this. And for, you can make the argument, it's an offensive lineman, it's not this crazy position, he's not a quarterback, he shouldn't make this crazy amount of money, or a receiver or a running back or whatever, but I'm going to go ahead and make the argument. Your linemen you should take care of your offensive line before you take care of any other, quarterback, obviously. Outside of quarterback, if you don't have a good offensive line, what are you doing? You could have a phenomenal skilled players. You could have a pretty solid quarterback, good running back. But if they don't have any holes and they have no time to throw the ball, then what's the point?
Trace, I'm buying what you're selling, because let me tell you, it's hard to find someone who values a center more than I do, as you have seen my first 6 months here at
Oh,
Chat
100%.
I'm a really big center guy. And look, I mean, my uncle, Kyle Lendegg, he was a long snapper at Texas A&M. So I really appreciate people that can snap the football at a high level. Erik McCoy can not only, snap consistently clean, get those consistent snaps, but he's also a great blocker as well, and he's certainly worthy of this contract. Be sure to subscribe for Saints content all season. And if you already are subscribed, type me down in the comment section. Go down, hit that big red subscribe button, and then go and type me if you're subbed for a chance at a shout-out on a future show. Did want to get you guys this because we do have a Saints injury report. We're going to be bringing this to you guys throughout the entire season, update you on what's going on. So here's who did not practice today. Tre'Quan Smith dealing with a groin injury. He did not practice. Neither did Dwayne Washington. He's dealing with a hamstring injury. Paulson Adebo, he didn't practice either. That has me a little bit nervous. He's dealing with an ankle injury. And then Landon Young, an offensive tackle, also did not participate in practice because of a hip injury. So those are the four that were listed in terms of that they did not practice today as we bring back producer Trace.
Yeah, and so with Paulson Adebo, that's one that I'm definitely monitoring as we get closer to game day. He's going to be taking over that cornerback position opposite of Marshawn Lattimore. He was given that CB2 role over Bradley Roby, and these are both Bradley. I can confidently say I feel very good about both Bradley Roby and both Paulson Adebo taking over for that CB2 role. But what I will say is Paulson Adebo balled out at training camp. He was a freak this offseason. He really showed that he wants to be here and that he's an asset to this Saints defense and to the talented Saints defense. But Bradley Roby did the exact same thing. So this is a great opportunity for Bradley Roby to really earn himself some stripes and earn himself some more reps on the field, but also a great opportunity for Paulson Adebo when he gets on the field, show that he's not going to let an injury or let something kind of get to him and get back on the field and attack and get active and stuff. And same with Dwayne Washington. We saw him get cut and then get brought back. Obviously that was one of those moves that was planned as they went into the discussion of release and bring him back kind of thing. But that is still something to consider. You want him to be healthy and kind of thing. And also something interesting, Michael Thomas actually had some participation today. He's coming off of his injury, his long-term injuries that he's been dealing with. Now he has his hamstring injury that he kind of got sidelined with. And I mean, at this point, it's like, bro, can we just play a season with Michael Thomas? Because I miss him. Will.
He's expected to play on Sunday, and I really want to see him on the football field. Erik McCoy, dealing with a calf injury, he was limited probably from lifting $65 million. That's why I'm guessing his calf might have been a little bit sore. The groin injury for Pete Werner, he was limited, but he did participate in practice today. And then we close out with this note on JT Gray. He was limited with a hamstring injury today in practice. So 4 guys that did not practice: Tre'Quan, Dwayne, Paulson Adebo, Landon Young. These were the 4 that were limited: Michael Thomas, Erik McCoy, Pete Werner, and JT Gray. If you want these guys to be healthy, go down, like this video, hit that thumbs up icon. I want to get at least 1,000 likes on this. We want to see these guys all on the field on Sunday against Atlanta.